Hi, YouTube. Happy New Year to my Russian and UK friends and Africa and Korea and all you across the ocean. Happy New Year. I hope it's the best one we've ever had. Um, and Happy New Year's Eve to everybody in the Western worlds. you know, so yeah, it'll be here too soon, or just on time, I guess. Um, I did get my eggnog made. I made what they call a tempered version, and I cooked it. I didn't want raw eggnog. Doug said he'd go and get some if I called someplace, and it's like I don't want to call. I'll just make it, because I figured why have him out driving around looking for eggnog on Christmas Eve, evening too. It's like, nah, that's okay. So I made it. So, well, I'll tell you if I gag or not, if I drink any. Well, I'm gonna, but, it might not be today, might be tomorrow, but I got it done in case he wants one for New Year's. He might. So there might be a little bit of noise. I still have my dishwasher going. So, yeah, I just got done making that a little while ago here. And then I put on, well, I was listening to a video of, about Sir Isaac Newton. It was a documentary. And, oh, and how people, like science right now still cannot explain gravity. They can give us it would be called, they can't define it. They can give us the calculations of how it works, but they can't tell us how it works, you know. And then I turned on a mini fish. I'm going to share that. That's a 12-minute video. He breaks down the numbers in the 2023 for us with the King James Bible and Strong's Concordance he uses. So, and he's a pretty nice man. So, like I say, it's like 12 minutes and 12 minutes, 10 seconds. Um, yeah, really nice person. Been following him for at least 5 years. At least that would be the very least, if not more. I'm not sure how long he's been on here, but I'm going to say at least 5 years. So, yeah, I'll share that. You might be interested, or you can go look it up, Many Fish. But I'll leave a link in my comments because I think it's not any predictions that anybody's gonna make that'll be coming true or anything like that, but how the numbers do correlate with the script book that Satan got his little fingers in and twisted all the definitions for everybody, to be deceived. Speaking of deceived, and that's what I am gonna probably name this video. Um, how the big ball drops in Times Square in New York City at 12:01, well, 12 midnight, 12:01 they do the countdown into the next year. That's a big ball drop for Father Time. So, yeah. Um, that sounds painful, come to think of it. Anyway, um, yeah, I still don't appreciate, as far as me trying to get certain information through avenues and connections that I've made and I am making. Um, and have somebody slander me because they were acting like a cold piece of crap. Well, I'm not going to sit by and be slandered. I have doctors that watch me, nurses that watch me, professionals. There's attorneys. At least I know for one, is a subscriber, and I know another one follows me. Um, you know, I'm not going to have my professional counseling skills put to question and scrutinized and slandered because somebody else acted dirty towards me first. I'm not letting it go. That is blasphemous and slanderous and all kinds of misogynist. Oh, it was too. Um, you know, and like I told somebody, it's like just look and see who was happy that I wasn't on a live stream like yesterday or today, um, where I normally would have been. Look who didn't care and look who was happy about it. Then you'll know who participated with the dark arts. Now, there's one person in particular that I'm wondering if he's even aware. If he's aware, he'll be gone. So that's all I have to say, and I'm going to leave it right there because this is not a game, and I'm too valuable to other people out here sharing the information I share and my outlook from my education on all this, that I'm not going to sit by and let some ill-mannered person that baited me into, and I wasn't even ill-mannered, I was just matter of fact after I was treated with ill manners 3 times. So I'm not, and it's all documented on here. Once on the internet, always on the internet. So even if things were erased, they're still there. So that's okay. I'm not backing down. As a matter of fact, I might go a little further with the whole thing because I don't appreciate it. If I'm treated unjustly, then people who did it can suffer the consequences. And I have God's help. I'll just show you that happen, you know, because I'm not, He loves me. I know I'm good, and I'm not letting it go. No effing way. So, and if you're good, He loves you too. Even if you're not good, He loves you. It's like my kids. They're not good. I don't like them. Oh, go figure. Wow, I just got through telling somebody else about that age that I didn't like them, but I think my kids might even be worse. But perhaps the mass of the real people that are those brothers, perhaps the mass need to come off. Maybe not. I'm asking God to help me do that reveal if it needs to be done. And if not, then they'll realize and we'll be talking. That's how it's going to work. And like I said, I'll repeat myself one more time. Just with the vibe alone, who had the most to gain and who was happiest, I was gone today away from all my friends. And now you'll know where to pray and put your energies. Thank you. So, yeah. And I might take it further. I'm not too happy about it. You know? Right now it's in God's hands for the time being. And I've been praying, every day. Like I told Doug this morning, it just really still hurts my heart, And I've been asking for that to go away. Some help in that area. Because I'm not gonna be vile or rude or do anything illegal to anybody at any time ever. But I will prove what was done to me, and I will prove who started it and why. And it is Masonically connected. And I'm going to prove this out right before your eyes. I'm on a mission. The one other mission I'm on is to get a bill passed about children being adopted out of our country into other countries, and maybe um, uh, single family adoptions altogether. I want that abolished, and a couple other things I'd like to see for the kids that are in the situation that I've been in. So I'm not going to stop on that. Everything in due timing, and it might be. I'm going to present it before this government is out of my White House, but I'm not letting it go, and it will be presented to the new ones. And hopefully, that's when we get this clown show out of what we've got right now. Maybe things have a chance to change in our country for that example for other countries. Like we used to actually be before we became a bunch of clown ass buffoons looking like fools in front of the whole world. I can hardly believe it, you know. Oh, and by the way, my Russian friends, will you have your friends subscribe to me, even if they don't interact, even if they just like come on and give me a thumbs up or tell me hi in your language? I'd love it. I really would. And we can show the world that we communicate as friends regardless of what our governments do, because we know we love each other. So let's just show them. Or, at least, oh, excuse me, I'm looking for my, here it is. At least American channels in general. And wouldn't it be good to know um, how many people, like even in China, places that aren't able to communicate with us as much as they want to, um, you know, it would be interesting to see that lines of communication opened up between the people, even when their governments didn't want that to happen. You know, I think that's a pretty cool thing myself. You know, I'm proud to have my Russian friends. I love you. I wouldn't have it any other way from any country. All of us, you know. So the people in the governments out the window and live on the land like God meant us to live on the land, you know, not confined as pod people in their smart cities that they want us plugged into some quantum computers, like a bunch of electroids. Yeah, so yeah. I wish people well up to a point if they're searching for the true goodness in the world. If they're not, I wish them to be in a well, like the bottom of the pit. That's the way I talk. So if that's mean, and I'm like, I've been like that all my life, you know. Oh, pardon me for being honest. At least I didn't lie about it or pretend I didn't do anything wrong, you know. What's wrong? Responding to attacks when I was baited into a place only on the suggestion of a friend. Yeah, go check out my brother. Okay, I did a few times. He sucked, you know. You got any more good news to share with the world? You know? So, anyway, I'm not saying the guy sucked entirely. I just told him that, he needs work on his approach for his flock. that he's gathering in his church when he's speaking the word of God. And, somebody needed to say it. I guess I'm the one that decided to let my throat be cut for a little baby that needed to learn a big ego lesson. So I humble myself, not as dirt, but having stones thrown at me, and I'm going to build a building out of it, a temple, and God's going to help me, because he doesn't take kindly to deceivers and shenanigans either, for people trying to benefit themselves, and no matter who they run over. So I will bide my time, but I'm not going to stop working on the 2 projects I have now, helping the children. And it won't just help the orphans, it will help all children. And if I can get some recognition of the laws that need to be put forth in that area, and follow ups on any children that are in the system, they need to be, they can't just be put somewhere and left alone. I mean, one psychological analyzation of a human being isn't enough to put your baby in their care, And technically, when you're telling somebody to go watch another preacher, you're technically putting souls of people in other people's care, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. And I have issues with that. So yeah, I'll clear my name. I'll more than clear my name. In the process of clearing my name, others' names will disappear. Now ask yourself if you're willing to participate in that. So, I wish everybody the best. I truly do. Up to a point. So, I mean, I really do at first. There's the chance, you know. I watched a friend of mine go through something similar, and I was going through something similar on his live stream too. And he went back and he looked at those live streams and he saw what these people were doing. And then somebody else, and this woman was a nurse, um, lied about me, lied to me, and then tried to lie to everybody. And she was exposed on a live stream in front of everybody. And that kind of put the chill on the other ones that were trying to do the same thing to me out of jealousy, envy, and downright cruelty, knowing that I carried the Spirit of Christ in my heart. And they were brought into that live stream as a part of that crucifixion on my friend on purpose to stop communication between Christ-blooded people. And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what this spiritual war is about. So, no, I'm not going to stop. Are you kidding? I just got started. No matter where it leads. So I'm going to have a happy new year. I'll probably get drunk on 1 shot of brandy in my eggnog. It would probably be about 1.5 shots in a big glass. And that's enough. That's all I want. Because I'm not really supposed to have liquor. And even the nutmeg in my eggnog, I shouldn't have. But I use natural sugar and good cream and milk and good quality eggs, so it all should be delicious. And it really is. Some people put rum or bourbon or whiskey in it, but I like brandy in mine. So just the flavors. And it has to be a good brandy. Like Christian Brothers is my favorite. Um, Not just because of the name, but it actually is a really good brandy, you know. So, and I don't really even like brandy too much, but there is one other drink that I used to either make or go and buy one, and they're made with vanilla ice cream. Scoop of vanilla ice cream or two, and a shot of cream and mint. And let's see what else is in that thing. What's cream and mint? Vanilla ice cream and shoot, now I forget. Brandy, yeah. And you whip it up. It's called a grasshopper. It's good. So you got a shot of brandy and a couple scoops of ice cream and a splash of cream de mint, and you blend that all up together. And it's a dessert drink with the brandy and the cream de mint, so, which I'm allergic to everything, even the ice cream. So that's probably not a good drink for me to have. It's like Doug was putting on, like icy hot muscle rub or, the menthol type stuff or camphor, that smell. And so, even though my arm hurt too, it was like permeating through the house last night. You know how it is when somebody's got on like a vapor rub or something, it goes through the whole house. So, like that mint feeling, hot and cold. So, yeah. But and I'd wake up and think, I do feel a little better. It actually went throughout the whole house. I didn't even have to put it on, but I'm allergic to that stuff too, so I'm really careful. Isn't it crazy? I used to smear all this stuff on me, and then I wondered why I got so sick. It's like when I had accidents and I'd use like that muscle rub or whatever, and then and I feel even worse, like have a breaking out and breathing problems and crazy. So, yeah. We have snow today, not a whole lot, but a little bit. There was some pretty big flakes coming down right before dark. So, yeah, but about an hour ago. I don't think we're going to get a lot, but we might. I don't know. I don't think we are, though. Some of it missed us, like yesterday. We were supposed to get some and we didn't. And I knew we weren't going to when they said that. But it's like, yeah, well, because they're not very good meteorologists. You know, I'm better. So I can, Doug always asks me about the weather because I can tell him, you know. I know the jet streams and how the ocean currents work um, and when it gets to be like the barometric pressure along with the how hot or cold the day is, all those things factor into it. And we live in a small valley in a meadow. Um, we, that factors in too. It's different. So everything, you know. So when they say snow, in our meadow, it may not be. It may go around the hills and go like up the interstate. A lot of weather will go up a interstate and open. Same with like tornadoes or different things, wide open places. Um, Sometimes because the winds can really get whipping on a straightaway, you know. So, Yeah, that's how my mind is today, kind of like a tornado or a hurricane. It's like mixing with the hot and the cold and making a storm. That's kind of like dealing with children too, you know what I mean? Mix the hot and cold and then you get a storm. Like you tell your kid, like, okay, I need some peace and quiet. I need quiet because I got to rest. I got to work tomorrow. Or you're trying to study for something for your work or school or whatever it is. And they keep jammering, and the next thing, it's like, this is like the fourth night they did it or whatever, you know what I mean? It takes a while for you to get there, but after a while you're peaceful, um like just kind of a blustery wind, kind of a soft wind that's kind of gone, and you end up talking to them like a hurricane. And that's what happens to me. So, and it is true, it's a real thing. Everybody is like that to a certain extent, you know. When you mix enough cold in that hot, you are going to get different pressures that will create a storm. Just takes the right amount. For me, it's the right amount of coldness, connecting with my warmth when that happens. And when it, see, I should just blame myself for trusting a friend had the same heart as I did, you know. But I'm not going to. I'm going to take it further and show the world that that is the case, you know, good or bad, whatever. Hope it works out for the good for everybody. But if it gets to the point where I don't care, I will take glee in not caring, just like what I saw towards me. And I don't want to go there. So still, I'm asking my friends to pray, you know. But I'm not letting go because I've got too many Masonic connections to help people, and I'm not letting it go. And I'm the only one that does that, like that, conducts that, and that's a literal energy in the ether. And I'm not giving up that position to be quiet when people need my words, and I will not be silenced. You know? Yes, that is my good heart out there that you feel in here. That would be me. And yes, that's my anger out there too. And Aquarian is a air sign. Now, although Christ's spirit went into the air, and that is the principality of the air, that's a pissed off Christ. I'm in the ether also, and I recognized it all my life. And that's where the Spirit of God resides, you know. And when we meet Jesus in the air, Christ in the air, the Christ Spirit we all meet, that's what it is. It's ethereal, it's in the air, you know. I'm not into a stoicism like a lot of people in the Gnostic beliefs and that type of thing as far as some of their ideas. But that's the point. A lot of it wasn't articulated in the scriptures, you know, like going to the land of Peniel in our mind. But actually, that is a place. And pine means red in German, and I live in Pine City. That's not just a tree, and it's not just symbolic of a tree, and neither is the color green or the color red. You know, all these things, it's symbolic, you know. So, and that is a dragon. So, the worst kind. So I'll leave it out on this, Father time is up, and it's time for the big ball drop, and it's time for the innocent captives to be freed in your hearts, and it's time for the not innocent to go back to square one, starting all over again, without the ones that will ascend without you. So, and that's what's going on. The big ball drop. It's Eve's year. It's Eve's life. You're gonna find out. Okay, everybody, I love you. It's God's world. It's always been God's world. Nobody owns it but God. So, um, Satan may rule it at this point, but that's not a forever thing. And yeah, the great tribulations are coming up, except for the very elect. And some of them can be even fooled. But I think that's already happened. So we'll see if they can get over all that. Takes putting aside of your ego, you know. But that's the way that is. Well, I appreciate you joining me. I hope you like the many fish video. That's good things to know. The way the Illuminati, the dark ball, uses numbers and geometry and colors and words and everything, frequencies, all of it. So, well, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Thank you.